National Police Commissioner Khehla Sitole has been served with a notice of intention to suspend by the Presidency. Sitole faces a board of inquiry into his fitness to hold office. The notice comes just weeks before local government elections. Will this have any security implications ahead of the polls? eNCA senior reporter Barry Bateman joins me now to unpack that. Barry, good afternoon. You well?
Yeah, doing very well yourself, Tony.
First question is exactly what I just said there. Will this have an impact on the police's, capacity when it comes to the elections?
I've spoken to Johan Berger from the Institute for Security Studies, among other people. But, Johan, a former police officer, very experienced in understanding the policies and how the rank and file would conduct a national security operation of this kind. We're looking at local government elections. You're going to see a full mobilization of all the SAPS out and about. And the question I put to him is, should we be concerned that you're having this potential change in leadership? I say potential because we don't know if Sitole will be suspended or not. Is there any threat to the ability of the police to be able to provide the required safety and security to ensure free and fair elections? He says not at all. There are enough qualified and adept police officers within the organization that have been part of the planning process for months now, or actually not months, because we got the announcement recently that we were going to have at the end of this month, but they do have a plan in place. But they would have been on top of this plan to ensure that it runs smoothly. So whether the generals at the very top are shuffled and changed, it's not going to have an impact on the ability of those people at an operational level to be able to carry out their mandate and ensure that we have a safe and secure voting environment.
What does it do to the morale, though, of the police force? That maybe is the problem, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's always an important thing. I mean, I've spoken to people yesterday as well, and, but this is not new. We've had this kind of instability throughout the police service for many years now. Whenever there's a knock to the leadership, when we see the distrust and the problems happening in crime intelligence, you speak to the experts and they tell you, first thing, from the lowest levels of the police service, the constables, for example, looking at what's happening up at leadership, it certainly does have an impact on the morale and this drive to go out and do what you're duty-bound to go and do.
Barry, some reactions coming out. I saw one of the police unions welcoming this particular decision. Why is that?
What the analysts are saying, Tony, is that, firstly, looking at the findings of that High Court in January this year, it was scathing of Khehla Sitole. He had breached his duties as the accounting officer within the SAPS, along with two subordinates, in their failure, or it wasn't actually a failure to assist, it was an obstruction of the investigations of the Independent Police Investigative Directorate. Now, there's supposed to be cooperation of the highest order at that level, and IPID provides that accountability aspect to the SAPS. And here you had the general, the effective DG of the police service, which was obstructing that. So what we're seeing here, this action taken by the president, is viewed as discipline, as the accountability aspect. The president is the one who's mandated or empowered by law to be able to take these steps. Police Minister Barry Bateman couldn't have taken the steps. It is for the president to do this because he appoints ultimately the police commissioner. So it is being welcomed because we are seeing accountability for those findings that were made in the High Court. It gives the president as well as the police minister an opportunity to clean up the police and provide that stability. Of course, there is other questions that can be raised here about political interference, and will we just see another person put into a position of authority that would be subject to the pressure and the whims of the police minister? But that, of course, is another debate.
Okay, lastly, you had a chance to speak with the commissioner on the phone. Did he respond to your questions?
I did. I managed to speak to him. It was a very brief discussion. I asked him, I'd like to get your comment. I'd like to sit down for an interview on this decision by the president to subject you to a board of inquiry. He said to me, no, he's not speaking. He referred me to the National Police spokesperson, Vish Naidu. I did stress to him, but this involves you. I understand Vish speaks for the police. I'd like to speak to you. He said, no, it's a policy issue. So I think that they probably had a discussion with him and said, just refer everything to Vish Naidu. And they're using that policy claim as an excuse not to speak to us.
Why it is so, I suppose, to a certain extent. All right, Barry Bateman, eNCA senior reporter, thank you so much. You're staying on that story for us.
Thanks, Tony.